Hi guys, in this video we get the frogs home. We get the river set up so that when you land on a river object, you don't fall into the river. When you fall into the river, you die and your position gets reset just as if you'd been hit by a vehicle. And we get the frogs home as well, so that's the important part. And of course, all of this starts after the fade. Okay, so what we have is we have our road here. Oh, darn it. But as soon as we hit the river, we immediately die. So we can't actually get onto the river. Oh dear. Um, and the reason why we have that is because inside here somewhere, we check to see if it's the river. And if it's the river, then we kill you, basically. So on trigger, enter 2D, and it just kills you as soon as you enter that trigger zone. So our river is actually a trigger. So what we need to do is, if I attach this to Unity, you'll see that we can get the tag from here. So we can figure out if you're actually on the river or if you land on a turtle or you know a log or whatever. So if we go to here, what is this? Is that there? Okay. So if I smash into there, we'll see that we can go to Collider, and it's a yellow race car, and we should get the tag from here. Where are we? Box Collider 2D, game object. Probably got it from the other. There you go. There's the tag. So the tag is vehicle on there. So as soon as you get hit by a vehicle, then you die here. But if I go to here, that didn't hit because I didn't hit the breakpoint. Let's try that again. And I'll jump in here, boom, like that. So the collider is river, and we should be able to get the tag here from base, tag untagged. So it's currently untagged, so we only want to collide it if it's on a car. So we want to handle car deaths as well. So we want to say if call.tag equals vehicle, do all this. Okay, so we don't want to die, not yet anyway, if we hit the river. And we should also mark the river as being tagged as well. So currently it's untagged, so I'm going to add another tag here. Add a tag. Why am I not getting a tag editor? What did I do wrong here? Tag, add tag. Well, it did not like that. Why did it not like that? Okay, mark it as vehicle, add tag. What? Untagged. Okay, let me go into the tag editor. Wow. Is it project settings? I think it's project settings. Yeah, tags. Okay, so we get tags here. So let's add another one called river. So now we have a river tag. So let's mark that as river. Okay, I don't know why I just marked as river. We'll mark that as river. Okay. So now when we go into the river side, we shouldn't die. That should fix that issue there, which is the last one we encountered when we did the last video. Okay, I'm not. Why is this running so slowly? It's compiling. Okay, well, after a quick reboot, let's try that again. So if we go up here, and oh, darn it. Should probably just turn the traffic off. So now if we go into the river, we can see that we can move around the river and we don't get killed as soon as we enter that there. So only the vehicles kill us. And so when we get to the snake, we'll just make the snake a vehicle, and it'll just work because the snake will kill us. And we just do the exact same thing. We spawn it. We do like a random we could probably do a random thing, but you know, every 5 seconds or something, we bring the snake out. That's for level 2, I think. Anyway, in the meantime, let me get rid of these things here. So as a vehicle, we need to now know when the player lands and they're inside the river. So if they're inside the river, we need to mark it as being inside the river and also on a log. So I have, let me get this up here. I actually did this as, I tried it, and I realized I was going down a wrong path, but I did do, if I go to here, so we can see that we have, let me do a unified one here. So this is the branch that I worked on. So this is feature river traffic. So you can just go to Codehouse and then Unity Frogger. That's the name of the repo. And then inside there's a branch called feature river traffic. So you can see it here. I'm going to leave it. It's not going to get merged, but we might borrow some code from here. So if we scroll down to, these are the prefabs. There's a script here. So the Frogger one, this is where it got a bit complicated and it was all kind of weird, but it did have a move. So we might need to have like a state in here. And this is the on trigger enter that I ended up doing. So we may end up doing something similar to this. So this is the on trigger enter. And then we have an on trigger exit as well. So we need to figure that out as well. And I think inside our river prefabs, so we'll go to log. I don't think we have any collisions on here just yet, so we'll probably need to add a collider for these ones as well, which we probably should do just now. So let's do that just now. So we have a rigid body. I think we have a rigid body on the frog. We go to frog, Frogger. So we double click that. We have Frogger, and then we have Frog Anim. So we have a box collider on there. And do we have a rigid body? No, we don't have a rigid body. That's weird. Do we have, is it on here? No. It's box collider. Sprite render. Okay, well, we need to add our box collider 2D here, and our box collider 2D is currently not big enough, so we need to move it to there. So the offset is going to be -16, and the size is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 48. 44, 43. Yep, that sounds good. And then the Y is going to be 16. So you can see that that's going to be that's going to take up the majority of the space there. And then we need to give it a tag as well. So I'm going to call this floating. And we need to go back to here and then call it floating. So this is a floating thing. And we need to do the same thing for log 4. So again, we're going to add a box collider 2D, and we're going to set that to be the middle point here, which is, this is -32. So that is going to be -36, I think. No, -32. -24 gets me right in the middle, and then the X is going to be to there, so that's going to be 58. Sure, and then y is going to be 16 again, because that's the height. And then we need to do the same thing for that one. So that's going to be minus 48. So we're going to do box collider 2D minus 40 gets us there, and roughly there. That's good. 91, 91. I keep saying 92. Let's make it 92 because I keep saying 92, and that'll do. And then we have our turtles. So there's this guy here, which is 0, 0. So we're going to add box collider 2D. So the turtles we have here, they're just going to be turtles. I'm not going to bother with the diving ones in this video anyway. But we might add it later. So that's going to be 8 probably. And then we need to do this one here. So that's probably 7. Yeah, and that'll be 30. And again, that'll be 16. There you go. That's that. And then this one here, box collider 2D. And the offset for the X is gonna be here-ish. So that's 15. And that's good enough. So that's 45 and 16. Okay, so that's good. Oh yeah, we need to give that floating as well. Darn it. So we need to do floating for that one. And we need to do floating for this one. And we need to do that for this one here. And I think this is the last one, floating. Okay. So now, inside our script, we do actually have a tag that we need to set up. So what we could do is we could be clever and we could have like a system where we say, okay, well, something happened, we collided with something. What did we collide with? And then run some code. But I'm just going to do what I did inside here, which is basically create a switch statement. So I'm going to say switch call.tag and case vehicle, and I'm going to take all of that and paste it in there, and I'm going to put that there. Okay, so now all our reactions are going to be inside here. So we also need a void on trigger exit 2D collider 2D collider. Now, if the player hits the river and they haven't touched anything else, so this is where we got here, move. Okay, so move. So at this point here, we need to do check where player lands if in the river. So we want to say case river in river equals true. And then for here, we want to do switch call.tag. Oh, yeah, we need to do a break as well. We want to say case river in river equals false. Break. And up here, we're going to have public float. Nope. Public boolean in river equals false. So it is set to false. Actually, we'll put the boolean up here because it's up with the other boolean. Okay, so that's fine there. And now we need to react to it once they've moved. So check to see if it's in the river. So if they're in the river and they haven't landed on something, we need to add that to it. So what are we going to do? We need to say if the player has landed on a floating, then we set the player's horizontal delta to the current speed of the floating thing. Otherwise, if the player, otherwise the player is in the river and they are dead. Okay, so what I mean by this, so anytime you land on a floating thing, we're going to change your speed. Now the move, I want to say when you move, so when you move, we need to cancel out your current speed. So whatever your current vertical speed is, we want it to not be there. So I'm going to say private float. Why am I saying that public? That should be private. Private float horizontal speed. And I'm going to set that to be 0. So in the update, anytime you're on a log or you're in a floating thing, you're automatically going to move at the same speed as the log. So I want you to do that here. So so vertical is that, or horizontal speed is greater than 0. So if the horizontal speed is greater than 0, I want you to do that. And I want you to move. So rotation's that way, that's fine. Vertical's that way. If vertical is that, start routine, and then that's going to be horizontal speed. So I want to increase horizontal speed by whatever it is. So it could be that the vertical doesn't move at all. So the vertical doesn't move at all, but we have a horizontal speed. We still want to update the move, but that is going to play an animation, so we don't really want to do that, do we? We just want to move the player. So all right, let's do this for just now. Let's do if it's cooling down. If it's in a death cooldown, we want to return. Reset rotations. Why haven't I done that? Let's do frog sprite dot transform dot rotation equals quaternion dot identity. Okay, there you go. That's done that bit. So after that one, so if they've died, we don't want them to do anything. We just want them to stay there. Otherwise, we want to say transform dot position plus equals new vector 3, and then this is going to be whatever the speed is multiplied by delta. So it's going to be 0, comma, it's going to be horizontal speed times dot delta times 0. So whatever that is, it's going to add to that, because inside our vehicle we have the speed, which is speed times delta time. So I'm going to expose this as a property. So public float speed get return speed. I'm going to do it like that. And it's going to complain. It's going to say make it an auto property. So let's do that. Okay. That's fine. And then I want to say down here, case floating horizontal speed equals call.get component vehicle, because it has to have a vehicle speed. Break. And then here, I don't want to change anything, but I do want to say if you do a vertical one, then the horizontal speed isn't going to make a difference. So I want to turn that off. So I want to say horizontal speed equals 0. Because I don't want to, when you move vertically, you're basically, you're no longer participating in the horizontal movement of the, you're jumping from a moving train basically. I think this is right. So check check the river, blah, blah, blah. So this is the point we want to check to see if they have hit anything after they have moved. So during all of this, when you enter this, I want to see if your horizontal speed has changed. So if horizontal speed is greater than 0, else, so that means they haven't hit in it, they haven't done anything. So at that point, I'm going to say you're dead. So that's going to be this here. So let's take that out and then say kill frog. So let's call kill frog void kill frog, which is a bit redundant because this is actually Frogger, but this is the Frogger class. But kill frog. So if you are in the river and in river, else if in river, kill the frog. So if the horizontal speed is greater than 0, which means that you're on a log and you're in the river, do something. Do we even need to do anything? Actually, I don't think we do. I think we need to say if horizontal speed equals 0 and it's in the river, kill the frog. Because if you haven't landed, you can only get the horizontal speed to be non-zero if you have landed on a floating thing. And you can only land on a floating thing if you enter that floating thing. And when you exit it, the way you exit it is you move up. So if you move up, you're no longer on that log. I think all of this is right. This feels right. Let's see if it compiles. Never mind if it feels right. Okay, well, it's compiled. Let's see if we have broken anything. Okay, well, we can still move. That's good. No, probably not hit cars. Probably definitely not hit cars. And we'll land on this guy. Oh, dead. So let's set a breakpoint here for kill frog, because we know that at the end of the move, so this is the move coroutine. So at the end of the move, we're going to check to see if the horizontal speed is there and if it's in the river. So here, jump. So this is at the end of the move, that's good. So horizontal speed is 0, in the river is true. So does this ever get set then? Where does this get set? I wonder if this gets set afterwards. Here? No, that's not getting set. Okay, so let me see. It's floating. Oh, is trigger. That's why. Is trigger. These aren't being set to triggers. Is trigger. There we go. Because all of these are triggers. That's why. Okay, so let me put that to is triggers. Is trigger. Okay, and finally is trigger. Okay, so that should fix all of that. I do like this new. I know it's been in here for a while, but I do like the prefab editor. It's nice. Let me jump in here. So now we get the horizontal speed. And now there we are, we're moving. Huh? Huh? Pretty cool, huh? All right, so now we need to figure out when we get home. So things are shaping up. Okay, so we go in here. Now we're in the lily pad. Or not in the lily pad, but we're need to wait for. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake. Oh, there you go. That's fine. You die. So if I jump in here, you're dead. Okay. Oh, dead. Okay, this is working. Cool stuff. Okay, so up here we have the homes, and the home frames, goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, goal 4, goal 5. So we need to make sure that when they get home, we reset the player. So for all of these, I'm going to tag this as finish. I think we can just tag it as finish, which is one of the built-in ones. They use capitals. Maybe we should have used capitals for these ones, but it kind of sets it apart from the previous, from the actual built-in ones. And we also need we need to create another animation. So we go to blocks, and then we have our home block. Where are we? These guys here. So we need that one and that one. And I'm going to drag that out to there. And this is going to be animations, and then this is going to be home frog. Home frog. Okay. And we'll call him home frog. And home frog can go into the prefabs like so. And then we just place him at the same place as we place goal 1. So goal 1 is there. So we do copy component, paste component values, because it's on that one there. Darn it. Okay, well let's do 0, 0, 0, and then we'll drop that into goal 1. And we'll change that to 0, 0, 0. So now the frog is inside his little home, like so. And we'll duplicate that, and we'll drop that in there. Duplicate that, drop that in there. Duplicate that, drop it in there. Duplicate that, drop it in there. And then we'll just change these all to zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So these are all the home ones, and then we mark them as being hidden. We don't want to see them. It's good. And then we need to have a script for that. So we're going to do create C# script goal. And the goal is going to be super simple. It's going to have one method that's going to enable it. That's it. So we go to public. Is it running? It's not running. Oh, right, okay. It is running. But it's not running now. Seriously? It's not running. Okay, let's do another reboot. And we're going to do public game object home frog public void show frog show frog home frog dot set active show frog, and that is it. And then for goal, we do goal one, goal one, goal one, goal one, goal one, have a cup of tea, goal, and then the home frog is just going to be whatever the current home frog is. So if I scroll, oh, that's not going to work, is it? So if I grab that and drag that in there, and then drag that in there, there, oops, that there. Okay, so inside the frog, I now have to have on trigger enter case finish, and then this is going to be frog is home break. So frog is home is going to look like void frog is home. We don't instantiate that, but we do want to do a cooldown, and we also want to transform the player as well. So this is going to be we want to do take that off there, and then we want to say reset frog, and then down here we want to do void reset frog, that there, and then this is going to be the game object, and then we're going to say go.getComponent goal show frog true reset frog death cooldown equals that. So we still want to do like a death cooldown, just call.gameObject, just so that we can play a song or something, and then the player gets reset. So we don't need that. If the player lands in the river, they are dead. And that's us. Okay. And then I think I'll keep this video kind of fairly short, and then we'll finish it off in the next video with scoring and game over screen and all that kind of good stuff. All right. And let's get home. Boom. So we need to make that inactive. We also need to change the animation on that frog as well, because that's a bit too fast. Let's make that 6. And we'll save it. Okay. And then we need to do set active false. So we want to hide that sprite when we show when we show the frog there, and then go or whatever we want to play, and then that's the frog home. Okay, so I'll go here, going great guns, boom. Well, didn't quite work. It's always the one at the end that's a tricky one. Yeah, see, it's not quite working, but we can set active false. Frog is home. Where is frog is home? Frog is home is there, and then we do death cooldown is that, and death cooldown is that. Reset frog, return. Okay, so it doesn't do anything there, but it's not turning it off either. Okay. Also, I think some of the logs are. What is that? Oh yeah, I know this. It's the back screen. It's the one that we use to make the template for the game. So I think the problem is. Yeah, it's not resetting that. Reset frog. Oh, because I'm calling reset frog there, that's why. Actually, does reset frog not get called after you're dead? Death cooldown is that, reset frog is that. So I don't need the reset frog here. That's what the problem is it's just immediately going to show it. So now we'll finish this off for today. I think I need to change some of the collision because the collision's too far. Also, the left speed, there you go, that's better. The left speed is too slow, so I'm going to multiply that by 2 when you go left. Maybe not. Sorry, when you go right. I think it's because it's the speed of that. Yeah, I need to figure that one out. Yeah, next video. Okay, so things are getting there. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll end the video there, and continue with this next time. So that's that. We've got the frog home, which is good. And then next time we'll get the high score, or they'll get the scores, the high score, the front screen, and the game over screen, and then that'll be us done. And then any other bits we want to add to it, we'll maybe add that in a future video or whatever. But yeah, I think the guts of the game is there. We're in sort of good stead for to finish this off. So next video will probably be a little polish video. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. If you want timely reminders, you can hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell and all the other hoops you got to jump through. Or you can follow me on Twitter at Codehoose, CODEHOOSE. Almost forgot my own Twitter handle there. And feel free to share this video or other videos if you like this series or other videos I've got out there as well. Again, free country. You can do what you want. I'm just glad you took the time to watch this video. Anyway, that's all from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.